Welcome to NBA Pub Hub on Pub Sports Radio. Salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. The NBA is a hell of a drug. And you're looking at the plugs. Yeah, man. Salute to our real ones in the chat. AOD, Alfonso Scott, Sam I Am, Comer, I see you, my man. Mr. Star Child, good to see you, my man. Happy New Year to all the real ones. We got our guy. It is Tombstone Tuesday, so it's only right. We got Billy the motherfucking kid in the Billy Briz. How we feeling, my man?
Bringing in the new year, man. You know the vibes. Trying to get back to the green here, man. It's been the last rough couple of days since we haven't had UFC. Phones going off, plugs hitting, man. It's time to make some money.
Yes, sir. Most definitely time to make some money. Time to get right in the association. I did take yesterday off, some crazy basketball games. Hopefully everybody hit the bag. It's good to see you again, my man. Hopefully you had a good New Year as well. My man, it's Derl. How we feeling, bro?
Feeling good, man. Brought in the new year pretty peacefully. Some good games on yesterday. Pretty mellow now as of late. Happy New Year to everybody. Dutch, Billy, happy New Year's to you fellas. Glad that you guys are alive and safe. And it's time, man. Time to get back into some ball. Let's get to work.
Yeah, man. It's Tuesday. It's a light card. We're going 3-piece on deck. Let's find a way to get to the motherfucking bag. Believe it. Gas report, winner's circle, LG, Nets, bets. Probably feeling real good right now with them Brooklyn motherfucking Nets in business. I know he's walking around, little chest out, shoulders a little bit higher.
I think I'm going to become a Nets fan, man. I like their future bets, man. I mean,
plus 300 around a little bit, some plus under. That was my pick at the start. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did also have the Warriors on the other side, so it looked pretty shaky from the beginning with Brooklyn. But yeah, man, it's wide open in that East. I will say that. But let's see. A team that's gonna have something to say about that is gonna be the first one on the card. We got the Washington Wizards versus the Milwaukee Bucks. We got an opening line. We got a line actually right now at 7.5, a total at 229.5. The money was blank, but I got 63% of the bets here on the Milwaukee Bucks. From the Wizards side, the Wizards do have Bradley Beal questionable. Looks like he may go. Obviously, these two teams played on New Year's Day. 23-point win in Milwaukee. They've just been chilling. Obviously, big thing was no Giannis in that game. No Jrue Holiday as well. He has been out. Obviously, no Middleton as well, who will continue to sit. The Wizards have won 5 straight basketball games, including that 23-point win here the other day in Milwaukee. Giannis is going to go. Drew's going to go. And as I touched on it, no Middleton. They have lost 5 out of the last 6 basketball games. The Milwaukee Bucks have. They're dynamite at the house. However, they do have the Toronto Raptors on deck tomorrow evening. What are we doing with this basketball game, Billy?
I slightly lean towards the Wizards in the points here, man. They're 5-1 last 6 road games, 5-0 ATS, last 5 overall. They're playing their best basketball that they have throughout the whole entire year right now. They get Bradley Beal back for this one. The Bucks do play well at home. They're 4-1 ATS last 5 games overall, but a disappointing 1-5 ATS their last 6 overall. The under's been hitting a lot in Wizards games. 7-2 last 9 have gone towards under the total, and I kind of lean towards under the total tonight with Giannis and Holiday coming back in the lineup. The Bucks kind of seem like they're due for a breakout after their recent stretch of games. You know how some of these good teams get; they kind of get complacent in the middle parts of the season, and it could be just one of those runs for the Bucks. But with both of them back, I kind of like the Bucks early first half and then the Wizards to cover full game. But favorite prop or favorite bet in this game is going to be Brook Lopez over 5.5 rebounds at plus 106. Lopez has had 6 or more rebounds in 6 out of his last 8 games. 10 in the last matchup versus Washington about a week ago. Giannis' rebound rate has been absurd these last 5 games, so I think it's due to come back down, and Lopez should benefit, especially in this spot, primarily guarding Gafford, who's not going to really stretch the floor. The Wizards have been throwing Gafford in there at center, so I think Lopez is going to go over that rebound total. Bucks win full game, but the Wizards cover, and Bucks cover first half.
My man, and like Mr. Lopez over 5.5 rebounds. OG Wham in the building. Hit the like button. Yeah, man, I dig it. He liking the Bucks full game, -8, -7.5. You can get as well. Salute to you, man. Happy New Year. Mr. Vibing out with you yesterday in the panel. Hopefully you got to the bag, my dude. It's Daryl. What we doing with this basketball game, my man?
Yeah, man. So this is another gut play for me here. It's an ugly play, but I've already stepped on it. And the numbers don't correlate with me making this play, but I just think this is one of these strategic plays. I'm going back to the well with the first quarter over 56.5 points. I do believe that you see a motivated Bucks team come out. They were embarrassed last game, putting up 17 points. Of course, you don't have Giannis there. You do have Giannis here. You got Drew playing as well. You're missing George Hill, I believe. And you're still without Chris Middleton. I do believe you see a bounce back spot here. Now, the reason why I am taking the over is because something that you really can't fix right away until you kind of start getting in the swing of things is that defense, and more specifically, the help and the rotations. And I do believe that the Warriors the Wizards ball out in the first quarter for whatever reason. They don't play defense. So this is going to be a spot to where you have the Bucks allowing in the last 5 games 33 points in the first quarter, and the Wizards putting up about 29 to 30 points, 31 points actually in the first quarter. And so you're going to have a motivated Bucks squad. They're going to have to put the ball in the basket. And because you don't have any defense being played by the Wizards here, you've got a squad that's going to put up points, in my opinion, on the Bucks side in the first quarter. I do believe the Bucks are going to win this game altogether. I just don't know about taking the 8.5 here, 8, in some spots. I really do think that the Wizards here, the game plan for them is just to go lights out and try to get these large leads and then maintain it. So with me, official play for me, Wizards, Bucks over first quarter at 56.5. That number is low for me, right? And now, mind you, they have not hit this number in the last 2 recent matchups. The last game they put up 51 points, and the only reason why is because you had the Bucks only giving you 17 points in the first quarter. So I do believe that changes today. I do like that play. They are number 1 in the league when it comes to their over-under in the first quarter. I do believe this is a spot to step on. Gut play here, but I do like it.
I dig it, my man. I dig it. DK liking the first half Wiz team total over 54. So going right with you there. Good to see my man Dan Kelly. Happy New Year to you as well, my man. Alfonso Scott. I'm right with you, man. I dig it, my man. And I'm with the Bucks here. I believe that's Bet said it. It's situational, man. This is a Buck spot. It's got spot written all over. Fear the motherfucking deer written all the motherfucker over it. They're gonna be pissed off, man. Not only have they lost 4 of the last 5 basketball games. I mean, they just got smacked the fuck around against these boys, and they didn't have their top guns. Well, they have them tonight. Drew's back. Donna's been resting since the 30th after he dropped 43 motherfucking piece on Minnesota. Now he's going against fucking KP and Gafford and these boys. Come on, man. He's going to eat. Last time these two teams played, obviously, my man Derl touched on it, 17 points in the first quarter. They were down 17 at the end of 1 here the other night. The time before that, they played in Milwaukee. Milwaukee was up 19 at the end of 1. Covered first half full game as well, obviously, is that full first quarter. I believe that's what happens here tonight. -2.5, -4.5, and -7.5. It's a trifecta spot, like my guy, Mr. Nasty Nate, would say. Milwaukee is going to get that ass. Believe it, man. It's simply fear the deer. It's a spot play. Giannis, Drew, and they have the crew, man. They play better at the house. Connaughton, Allen, these boys shoot better at the crib. It's a spot. They're well rested. And the Wizards already did what they did. They went in there and beat them on New Year's Day. They don't give a fuck who's playing, who's not. They beat them and got that and beat them in good fashion. So I believe it's going to be reverse role here, and Milwaukee's going to put it all over in first quarter, first half, in full game. Let's get to this next.
Rare for you to lay down the touchdown here, so I'm glad to see you're convicted in this one.
Yeah, man. Well, honestly, I was going to go first half full game, first quarter here, but I just have this feeling that it might be a little sweaty early, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. By 4 quarters here, I'm very, very confident that the Bucks will wipe these motherfuckers off the court. I mean, they got punked here on Sunday, so they're gonna run it back. And the Wizards, man, they won 5 straight basketball games. They're definitely due for an L, and they're gonna take one today in Milwaukee Bucks fashion, believe it. Let's go to OKC. We got the Boston Celtics here trying to get right after getting smacked around by Denver on New Year's Day as well. We got a line now at 9. You can get 8.5 as well. Total at 233, 233.5. Shop around. We got 59% of the bets on the Boston Celtics, 63% of the money on the OKC Thunder. Big Robert Williams is questionable. Other than that, they look good to go. As I touched on it, they did lose to Denver on New Year's Day. 12-point basketball game. Marcus Smart had a game that he would love to forget. Check the stats. They're pretty rough. Prior to that, obviously, they had won 4 straight. They were getting back to Boston Celtic basketball. Here on the other side, we got OKC. Haven't played since the 31st. 19-point loss there at home to the Sixers. And they do have the Orlando Magic on deck tomorrow. It's Derl. What are we doing with this basketball game, my man?
I'm not playing it, man. I'm not going to play this game. I don't trust Boston as of yet. Now, maybe it's just, we're getting over these holidays. You had New Year's come around or New Year come around, and it's just people had a little too much Hennessy, man, a little too much partying, and so with me, that's the only thing I can even explain how they look so bad against Denver, right? But looking at these games as of recent, in the most recent body of work, these games go over. They go over, and it's not by a little bit. I mean, we're talking about the 11, 19, 39 points. These games just seem to go over for whatever reason. So looking at it, the only way I could look really is the over on this game. The number's actually gone down, but 233, I don't see why they couldn't hit that with a motivated Boston Celtics team that really needs to bounce back from that bad loss. If you look at their last 2 games, kind of kept them kind of close, right? So we know, we were saying last year, you take OKC on these big spreads. They are home dogs, man. So they're playing at home. You got Boston wanted some kind of motivation off that bad loss. To me, it could go either way, in my opinion, as far as Boston should most definitely win this game, but I don't see why OKC couldn't cover it. So for now, I'm looking at what's the most common denominator with these games, and they just go over. They go over. So to me, I would take the over or nothing, but I have not played anything on this game. I probably won't get there. May sprinkle something on the over, just seeing what this number does.
My man. Billy, you like this game, my man?
Look, it's my least favorite out of the 3. I will say that the Celtics have been spotty form through 7-1 ATS last 11 games overall, 0-3-1 ATS last 4 road games. The Thunder have been playing good at home, and they're 7-3 ATS last 10 home games. It's a big number to back the Celtics as home favorites. I don't really like the number at all, but the Thunder have played their best ball at home. But I think the big key in this one is what's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going to do, man? He's going cold of recent, and if he goes cold in this game, who's going to step up? Shai's only reached 30 points once in his last 5 meetings, and versus Marcus Smart tonight, it might not get any better. Over the last 10 games, the Celtics are 3rd in the league in defensive rating. While they might have had spotty form, their defense has definitely turned in the right corner with Robert Williams back in the lineup. I like the under on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 30.5 points tonight. I think that's the way I'm going to move on this one, minus 130.
I dig it. Yeah, I don't like too much in this basketball game. I would look for Boston to come out early, maybe first quarter, first half here. They did lose basketball. They're a good team coming off a spot. OKC did just get smacked around too by the Philly. So, the total obviously with OKC seems always to be somewhat of a look. But, yeah, nothing for me in this one. I would expect, Marcus Smart to have a better basketball game. I will say that. Let's go down to Utah. We got the Sacramento Kings coming into Utah Jazz. We got a line at minus 3.5. Total right here, 242, 242.5. Shop around.
I guess my camera, man. I'm sorry, Bryce. Sorry, Swiss. I'm too far from the camera, but I guess I'm getting people drunk with the autofocus. I'll have that fixed next time for y'all. Sorry about that.
Busy as a motherfucker,
I'm sorry about that, y'all.
Yeah, man. I'm loaded. I don't even notice it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, shit. I just thought it's part of what I do. No,
my bad.
But yeah, man. Let's get to this Kings Jazz game. We got 68% of the bets on Utah, 74% of the money on the Utah Jazz. We got Sacramento. We got Malik Monk questionable, Kevin Huerter questionable as well. They are off that loss here to the Grizzlies, and they do have the Atlanta Hawks on deck tomorrow. Let's see. Utah Jazz have lost 4 straight basketball games. Have not played since the 31st, and they do have the Miami Heat on deck tomorrow. Tough basketball game here. These two teams have played recently as well. What are you doing with this basketball game, Mr. Derl?
Man, this one's tough for me because it should be a bounce back spot for Utah, right? You've got Sabonis, who has a bad hand that's probably going to come into effect as the game progresses, right? Um, I honestly don't know how to cap this game because these guys can both shoot. We have talked about what the Pacers do and how they play against teams who cannot defeat the three. They're playing, or excuse me, not the Pacers, the Jazz, excuse me. They play a 5-out offense, which means they completely open up the entire floor. And if you cannot defend the three well, they are going to shoot you out of the building. Shoot you out of the building. That's just how it goes. And so the Kings here winning 126 to 125. We now get these guys in a position to where they got to go to Utah. There is elevation. There is revenge here. I honestly don't know if the Kings can come out on this one, which is the reason why they're the dog, right? So if I had to make a play, I think I would take the Jazz early because that's where it's going, especially first quarter, because the Kings do well in the first quarter when they are at home. But coming up in the Jazz here with a little motivated to play, you probably get a lot of early three looks. I think it's a Jazz spot here. But for now, this is definitely a play. This is probably going to be something that I live bet because I believe this is going to be a game of runs here, right? So if you do like the Jazz, I would take them early. I don't know how they're going to do down the long run, but I do believe the Jazz are motivated to win this game. They're going to get up early. They're going to make some shots. And I tell you right now, man, if you're unsure which side to go here, Sabonis having a messed up thumb, man, that means everything down the long run. So we will see how this goes. But for the most part, I like the Jazz early. I would keep them early and then just see how this game progresses. Definitely a live bet spot for me here.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Jay Wills. I see you, my man. Razor sharp picks in the building, hitting them over the head with the motherfucking ponies. Happy New Year to you as well, my guy. Adam Larkin, I see you, my man, with the vibes. Yeah, Swiss, I don't know, man. I kind of have to lean a little more with Derl here. I think this is kind of more of a Utah spot. He says this is a King spot smash. I don't know if I think that. They've been chilling at the crib, 4 straight losses. I don't like that they have Miami on deck. They just played less than a week ago, 125-126 in Sacramento, a Kings victory. What are we doing with this basketball game, Billy?
Yeah, shouts to my guy, Razor Sharp Picks, man. Make sure you follow Razor Sharp Picks over there on Twitter. Always giving out the plays. But I feel like this one's got me a little bit fucked up because, like, when you talk about, like, the defensive matchups, I don't see how the Kings don't win this game. The Kings give up the fewest amount of three-pointers in the NBA right now, and that's the way the Jazz score is by the three ball. And then the Kings are 6th ranked in transition offense, and they're going up against the second worst transition defense in the league. But, you know, time and time again, we see in the NBA, it's about these historical trends that really come into play. And historically, the Sacramento Kings suck going into Salt Lake City. They're 1-4-1 ATS, last 6 trips, and they're 1-7-1 last 9 meetings overall. They already got their one win to kind of even that one out with the head-to-head going over the total 4 straight in the last 4 meetings. It's hard to really complain about the total. I think, honestly, I should just go to Sabonis here. I know his thumb is a little bit jacked up, but that might be a problem a couple months from now when we're in the playoffs. Not right now, not the way Sabonis has been playing. He absolutely torched the Jazz in their first matchup this season. He had 28 points in a near triple-double performance. The Jazz have been getting torched by bigs all season. It doesn't really look like they can get defense from Kelly Olynyk or Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler just seems a little bit slow-footed to be guarding a guy like Sabonis. His points, rebounds, and assists are set at 41.5 tonight. He's gone over 4 out of his last 5 games, 7 out of his last 8 games with a 44-point rebound average over his last 10 games with one of the highest totals of the game. I just don't see how I don't back Sabonis here in this spot.
I like it. Yeah, man. Sabonis has been playing through that thumb injury pretty well as well. So I like that there. And when these two teams did play less than a week ago, I mean, it was a very, very close basketball game. And Herder is questionable tonight. He dropped 30 on them motherfuckers. All right. So you want him out there if you're back in Sacramento.
But he might save that for the Hawks, right?
I'm with you. It's Derl. I think
Yeah.
the only thing that's really hesitating me from backing the Kings in this spot is, bro, they're playing the Atlanta Hawks tomorrow at fucking home. That's the fucking smack spot,
Right.
man.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
Atlanta
why I
Hawks are
was
the
saying
biggest fade team.
it definitely seems more like a Utah spot to me with them having Atlanta on deck. Utah does have Miami on deck, but I mean, come on now. And then these two teams, when they did play, it was 25. It was a 1-point game, very close basketball game. Sacramento shot 40% from the 3-point line. Billy did touch on how their 3-point D is, but 25%, Utah shot from the 3-point line. I don't believe Sacramento going to go into Utah shooting 40% from the field. And I do think Utah will shoot a little bit better at the crib. So I strong lean towards Utah. But yeah, man, I like De'Aaron Fox. I like Sabonis. But I do believe it's a Utah spot here. Before we get up out of here, though, we appreciate y'all vibing with us for these 3 pieces here. We got 2 of the best right now vibing with us. Let's get pay these motherfucking bills. Vic, roll the clip if you would, my dude. Yeah, man. Manscaped. Keep it nice and tight. Get it right. Pub Sports. Get $20 off. Keep you real fresh. Take it, actually 20% off, I believe it is. And then when you get nice and clean, take yourself to Southtown 101. If you are in the San Antonio area, you better find yourself in Southtown 101. Live karaoke, DJs, beautiful open bar, as well as all you can, a lot of different bar menus.
Women walking in through the bar at night.
Yeah, man. Check out our guy, Mr. Trifecta Nasty Nate's Twitter. You'll see some random shit that does pop in and out of the Southtown 101. Something that you want to see, something that you might not want to see so much. But definitely good food, good vibes, and you can park a lot pimp. If you are in the Southtown San Antonio area, please do yourself a favor and drop into Southtown 101. And also, if you're a degenerate like most of us are, hit Prize Picks up. Prize Picks will match you $100, turn it into $200, run it up. Pub Sports, 2 words, Pub Sports. Be sure to check it out. Prize Picks, a lot of action on there. Might as well get a free hundo from these motherfuckers and try to run it up. GTM, I see you, my man. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to the best bets. We got a very light card, but we will get to the money here. What's the best look on the board today, Billy?
Yeah, man, we're not forcing spots, man. No pick on a side, but we're going to give you guys 3 player props tonight. We're going to take Brook Lopez over 5.5 rebounds plus 106. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander under 30.5 points minus 136. And we are taking Sabonis over points, rebounds, and assists.
I dig it. I like it. It's Derl, man. How we get to the money, my man?
Yeah, even before that, man, God forbid this being a sports show, a sports betting show, and we don't send our condolences and thoughts and prayers to DeMar Hamlin, man. That was absolutely crazy on yesterday, just seeing that. Shout out to Razor, man. He actually took the day off. And if you really care about this shit, if you really care about, cats make money off this, man. We always take time to just realize that we've got a special job to do, but just pay your respects, man. So our condolences, shout out, man. Prayers are with DeMar Hamlin, man. If you could support the GoFundMe or whatever, man, send out, light a candle, whatever, man. Just make sure you do that. As far as the picks, myself, I'm just going to roll with that over. It's a gut play here. The over Wizards and Bucks game, first quarter, 56.5. I do believe that is a good spot. Also, look at some of these glue guys for Sacramento, right? If you have your deadly or lethal shooters out, Malik Monk and Herter, that might be a good time to jump on some of these glue guys for Sacramento because they're going to have to shoot threes. Regardless if they make them or not, they're going to have to shoot threes to stay with the Jazz. So I will be looking at that as well. But official play, Wizards, Bucks, first quarter over 56.5 points. That's what I'm on right now.
Yeah, man. I dig it, my man. Well said. Very well said, Derl. Rough times, man. That was some unfortunate shit. Sports really did, last thing you think about at a time like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, man. Prayers out to him. Do what you can do. But most importantly, my man needs to make it through that.
Absolutely.
That's what we're hoping for. Our guy Jay Peasy in the motherfucking building. I see you, my man. Much love to you. Happy motherfucking New Year, bro.
Mhm.
It's fear the motherfucking deer for me. We're going to Milwaukee to get that bag, and we
Mhm.
getting it early often. I believe first quarter, first half, full game. Smaller bets for me, but I do like all three. I'm not going to tell you which one I like more because I like all fucking three of them. I'll bet them all the same. So we'll eat on all of them. I want to go 3-0. Believe
Yeah.
that.
You get 2 out
But
of
yeah, I think
3.
it's
That's still good money.
yeah, man. 2 out of 3 will take it. But let's knock all three motherfucking down. Milwaukee,
Yeah.
no sweater, no turtleneck, straight tank top, feet up, cush up, living a motherfucking good Tuesday night, eating good, feeling good with the no sweater is what I'm looking for. Believe it, all
Yeah.
three right
Yeah.
there. But we appreciate all the real ones vibing out with us. We will be right back here tomorrow, Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. out here on the Fresh Side with me and my guy Derl reside. Billy, what we got going for the rest of the week, my man?
Yeah, man, back here on the Pub Hub Wednesday and Friday. So tomorrow and Friday. And then with my guy Sharpie going over the last week of the NFL season. This is the best week of the year to bet NFL player props because we're at the player incentive times. Motherfuckers trying to get paid just like us. Those are the best times to bet on NFL players is when they
Mhm.
actually give a fuck. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, good. That's strong shit. Be sure to check out our guy. Billy. It's money making time. It's Derl, my man. We'll be back here Thursday doing the same damn thing. I believe you'll be doing a lot more tomorrow.
Yes,
That's what we
sir.
got going on in the meantime.
Long-winded Wednesdays is what I
Yeah.
call it. Curtis, shout out to Nets Bets for giving me that moniker there. Long-winded Wednesdays. So I'll be back on tomorrow to break down the large slate, a lot of games tomorrow, and new year, new me type shit. So these players are going to come back motivated down, get this season kicked off right before trade deadline, right before the All-Star break. So we'll have some games on Wednesday, and then back with the boys on Thursday, man. So yeah, let's get this week on staying in the green, man. No losers, only winners
Yeah,
in this
absolutely.
motherfucker.
Stay on the grass, stay in the green, however you want to be. I like it. I dig it. That's what we're gonna do here. We're definitely gonna break bread each and every day, and most importantly, look to him straight over the motherfucking head. We appreciate everyone with all them New Year's resolutions, all that want to be in the gym. Hey, more power to you. But hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. It comes down to one thing: discipline. Just be more disciplined in your life.
Discipline.
And everything we do, just be more disciplined. All right. And if we take that into the new year, 2023 will be a beautiful motherfucking thing. Believe it. Mr. Bless and Mick Snizzle, I see you, my man, with the positive vibes. Happy New Year. But we all need more discipline. We all need to think discipline when we wake up and when we go to sleep at night. That's really what it is, man. Hey, but I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.